We're going to continue with the 4 exciting startups that were picked out of many, many, many who wanted to present the mobility sector. We're going to show futuristic ideas from safety to automation and others. It is said that the present is a result of the past. But Alvin Toffler said that the present is also a reflection of the future. So I'm about to call entrepreneurs who are going to give you a glimpse into the future, how it could be better, how it could be more efficient and safer. So I'd like to invite our first presenter, CEO Ron Maor. He flew in from London. He's the founder and CEO of Ototo. Please come over. Come sit. Yes. You'll be the first. I also would like to invite Dr. Asaf Formoza, City Transformer, Reshaping the Future of Urban Mobility. Please come over. I'd like to invite the COO of 3D Signals, Galia Kedmi. And I would like to invite the CEO and co-founder of Refresh Global, Viktoria, Kanar. Transforming textile waste into new raw material. So.
Thank you. I'm Ron, presenting Ototo, a company in the autonomous driving space. So what we're trying to do is solve the problem that is called prediction in the industry, which is considered to be the hard problem in autonomous driving. Prediction is essentially trying to make sense of the objects on the road. So when you look at the autonomous driving stack, you start with a camera or a LiDAR looking around continuously. Then there's what's called perception, which finds the objects. Here's a pedestrian, here's a car. And then there's the issue of what are they going to do and what the implications are for what you need to do. And this is called prediction, and this is what we're trying to solve. It is an ongoing problem in the industry, has never been solved sufficiently, and still in 2023, it is considered the most difficult problem. We have an AI model which we think is a step change in solving it. Now, what does that mean in practice? Let's go for a drive in London to see it. We're driving, there is a pedestrian coming from the left. It's a bit jumpy, but our system can track him before he goes into the road and tell us to slow down to a speed where we would not be surprised when he does go into the road. Here again, someone is coming from the left. Our system can track him behind the bus stop and tell us to slow down a bit. Here again, someone is going to cut across the junction. We don't even need to stop, we just need to slow down, and everything's fine. And again, someone's barging in. We need to slow down and stop before we get to an emergency braking situation. So there are more examples, but I think this covers it essentially. At the moment, we're integrating with OEMs, car makers, and their tier 1 suppliers in Europe, in the US, and in Asia. And we're looking for more contacts, obviously, in Germany, where there's a huge car industry. And we're currently in an investment round led by our existing investors. We're looking for anyone who is interested in joining that round.
So Ron, before you get off, I just want to indicate that I had a very interesting conversation with you. You're a very distinguished mathematician. This wasn't the first thing you've done. Why don't you tell us how do you did you get to the establishment of Ototo? Please. And don't be shy. He's too shy.
Okay, thank you for leading up to this. Yes, I'm a mathematician working in algorithmic development all my life. This is my fifth startup that I co-founded. And my claim to fame, such as it is in solving the problem of red eye in cameras. So in digital cameras, in the days before phones replaced them, if you had a digital camera, very likely you had my algorithms in there because they were deployed in 120 million cameras.
Impressive.
Thank you.
All right. And with that, the floor goes to Dr. Asaf Formoza. He's going to talk to us about his exciting urban vehicle that will surprise you, and I will leave it to you to excite the audience.
Thank you, Netta. So, pleasure being here. So, driving the city, it's a pain. More than that, it's a nightmare. You know, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of our money. If we are talking about just on the European Union, it's a waste of 170 billion euros a year. And if we are talking about you, the individual, you waste 1.5 hours a day stuck in traffic looking for parking. If we look at the city of Detroit, going from black to white, representing the lanes and parking spot that occupied the city, in 50 years, it's became a nightmare and very disturbing that from 15%, 50% of our precious landscape is occupied because of vehicles and their lane. Now, everyone knows what is a traffic jam. We live in it. Living in a traffic jam with one person driving 85% of the time in five-seater, a fully equipped five-seater, two-ton vehicle, it doesn't make any sense. So even if we will convert everything to electric vehicles, we still will have the same picture. City Transformer is the ideal solution for city commuters. You drive as a car, arrive and park like a motorcycle everywhere thanks to his unique, patented, shape-shifting chassis. So for the individual, driving from A to B and just park there, you don't need an extra 40 minutes to look for parking and to walk to your destination. For a small or medium enterprise, you can squeeze 4 in one parking spot. Think if you have 10 parking spots for 10 vehicles, you can put 40 transformers. Now, if you have 100 or 1,000, you have 4 times more business. And if we are talking about our precious planet, the impact, think about the most polluted component in the vehicle, the battery. You save 4.25 times more on CO2 emission and 2.5 more energy efficient while commuting it in the city. And let's see a short clip. It's not just the vehicle, it's the technology. We have the software embedded with the collaboration with Bosch here from Germany, and those vehicles that you can see over there were produced in Bavaria in Germany by Roding Mobility with our engineers. Here you can see how we drive. You can see the impact. You can expand it, drive like a car, safe and confident, like 90 kilometers per hour, arrive, shrink it. You can divide the lane to 2 narrow lanes to commute in the city as less traffic. And of course, you have everything that you have in your own SUV in the Transformer. It's like a glove to your hand. This is the perfect solution, and it fits for you. So you also contribute to the planet, but more than that, you enjoy driving from A to B and arriving there. And I think that in the next scene, you will see that you can park it like a motorcycle because it has the footprint of a motorcycle. So we will convert people like you driving from a full-size vehicle by their own. It's a little bit sad, to the vehicle that is fit for your needs. And here you can see the impact. So let's talk about the collaboration, Israeli innovation with German engineering. We are doing things together. We have Professor Johan Tomforde there right from the beginning as a partner. We have Michael Spe, a former VW executive in our advisory board. Professor Tomforde is the father of the smart Daimler City car. Worth mentioning, we won lots of awards for innovation, mobility, and also the most prestigious German Design Award last year. we have the best team, I think, to talk a little bit about the traction. We have done some roadshow here in Germany, and people told us, if you will succeed in Germany, you will succeed everywhere. We agree. So most of the pre-orders and the traction are here from Germany, and we have the best collaboration, and now we are looking to go all the way to serial production. We have done the homologation in Germany, so we can drive on European roads, and now we are looking to raise $20 million to move into serial production. We encourage you to step forward, to join in reshaping the future of urban mobility, to come and discuss the opportunity with me, with my partner Rudy. We are over here. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm happy to present Galia Kedmi, a true pioneer in 3D signals. This is a company that creates a whole new language, connecting machines to teach them how to talk to each other. I'm saying this in layman words, but she will go into the details in much more complex terms.
Thank you, Netta. So happy to be here today. Thank you for coming. I was looking on the mic, it's yellow. Yellow will never look the same to Israelis. So as you can see, this is Dr. Andreas Widel. He is the CEO of Samsung AG. Samsung AG is quite a large Mittelstand, $1 billion. If you drive through Frankfurt, you will see the huge production site. You will see Samsung sign. You can't miss it. And this is Andreas describing the experience before working together. He was completely blind to what's happening on his shop floor. And we heard Mr. and Mrs. Muller, and we heard at the conversation after lunch break that there is a huge digital gap in the German industrial space and the importance of bridging this gap and to do the digital transformation process. So Andreas is not alone. More than 99% of the machines globally are still disconnected. It's an infinite market. Only in Germany, the number of Mittelstands in the industrial space is more than 50,000. So it's a huge opportunity. And this is where we come to the picture. The reason why Andreas is not alone is because it's very complex to connect a manufacturing site. It has a lot of different types of machines, many different vendors, different ages. And to be able to connect all of the machines takes a lot of time. It can take months, sometimes even quarters, and it costs a lot of money. Our solution is comprised from hardware, IoT, and software, and we are able to provide full coverage, meaning connecting all of the machines on the shop floor, and we do that in less than a week. This is quite a shocking number for the industrial space. This is why the ROI comes fairly fast. We see our customers improve significantly in 2 to 3 months. And if a machine can produce 720 hours per month, 24/7, the reality is that the average utilization per machine is 120 hours per month. There is a huge potential gap to increase productivity. This is us, and this is what we do. And as you can see, we either increase productivity or throughput tremendously, or we decrease OpEx. These are a few quotes from our customers. As you can see, we have customers in Germany. This is our major market. We have customers in the US, in France, in Spain, in Turkey. And there were a lot of talking today about Mittelstand. You can see Markus Eckert from Eckert, and Gerard Henle from Henle is our customer, and Sebastian Wassermann for Wassermann Technologies, and Dr. Helmut Rothenberger from the Rothenberger Group. And as you can see, Andreas, that we saw in the first slide, he was able to decrease his OpEx in 1 million euros per year. This is only from shop floor with 15 machines. So he saw a lot of saving working with us. And I think that this is a classical partnership between an Israeli entrepreneurship and technology to the German market. And earlier today, we heard that Mittelstands comprise for 50% of the industrial space. So thank you for being here. We are looking for Series A investors and for strategic partners, and we are at a very attractive spot at the back end of the hall. So come to see us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Galia, Kedmi. And Viktoria, you're going to share with us Refresh Global. Yes. And I see that you have a demo prepared, so I'll let you take the floor.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's really a pleasure to be here, to be at this panel, because what I'm going to talk about is a bit different than what we heard. We're in the hard world of hardware, but we think that there won't be any transformation possible without hardware. So how we do this is we do this by looking into one of the biggest problems out there, actually, when it comes to the problems that our environment faces today, which is textile waste. I guess if I'd asked any of you, what do you do with clothing or any kind of textiles you have in your homes that you don't need anymore, most of you will not tell me, I just throw it away. You give it to charity, probably. You think you do something good with it, and you're trying to do something good for someone else. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you that actually, in the end of the day, because of lack of solutions, over 80% of your clothing will land in landfills, incineration, or will pollute our coasts and our health. That's the reality. Now, why am I on this panel? Why am I talking here? I don't know if anybody here knows that a car has over 40 products which are made from textiles. So now you understand the connection. Okay, our network, we're a German-Israeli startup, which does what is truly bringing together and creating a new way to do economy. Circular economy means that your waste might become something valuable for someone else, for another industry, for another company. And so what we have created is called the open loop. It means that we are closing the loop by reusing the waste, but we're doing it for other industries. And we're proud that we have already quite an interesting network, especially in the motive industry. What are we looking at, basically? We're looking at this over 80% of textiles which cannot be recycled, cannot be reused, cannot be reworn today, mostly because they're created in such a complex way, coming, for instance, from synthetic and from plant-based materials. You don't have to be a chemist to understand that it's very difficult to do something useful with it without creating more damage. And so our advantage was that we have teamed up with some of the best minds in Israel that understand chemistry and understand textiles, understand especially green chemistry. And what we've created is this open loop biotech process based on an enzymatic hydrolysis, which is able to truly divert those 80% from going into landfill. We convert it into new raw materials, and then those materials go in different industries. And the automotive has become one of the most interesting industries for us. Why? Because regulation in this industry is very strong. Cars very soon will not be able to go into market if they will not comply with regulation of recycled materials. And I very much agree with what Ms. Muller said before. We as Refresh Global are not here to point fingers at industries and car brands and say, you have to become better. We're here to say, let us help you do it. And so as a result, we're creating new fabrics, we're creating new products, and we're putting them inside the cars. And here's our first partner, the Volkswagen Group, that we're collaborating with. By the way, we're speaking with a lot of the scouting offices which are in Israel, which is really amazing how many there are. You probably know about that. And this is the world's first trunk that was created with recycled materials. And you can see that there's quite a nice bill that they received from it of the reduced CO2, reduced costs, and we're just starting out. So come visit us.
Is there anything you'd like to, thank you. Is there anything, Viktoria, you'd like to ask or recommend?
Well, first of all, if anybody wants to, another product we would do is ethanol. We're the first ones in the world that created ethanol from discarded textiles. So if you want to try it out, you won't get a rash. This is over 90% concentration. Come see and check and talk to us and see what else we can do together.
All right. Thank you.